Hi, and welcome to another study through the book of Luke as we study about evangelism. We're in Luke chapter 1 from verse 76 today. It says, "And you, child," speaking of John the Baptist, "will be called prophet of the highest, for you will go before the face of the Lord to prepare his ways, to give knowledge of salvation to his people by the remission of their sins, through the tender mercy of our God, with which the dayspring from on high has visited us, to give light to those who sit in darkness and the shadow of death, to guide our feet in the way of peace." And so we see John the Baptist, one of the great evangelists. His job was to lead the Jews in preparation for Jesus, so that when they saw Jesus, they would know that he is the Messiah, the true Messiah, the only one that can forgive sins. So in verse 77 there, we see kind of our calling as evangelists to give knowledge of salvation to his people. So we're just to tell people the way to Jesus, lead people to Jesus, show them that he's the only one that can save them. That's our job as evangelists. It's not to start discussing theology or problems in the world. I've got into many discussions with people about things that don't really matter. But our job is to lead people to Jesus, show them the way of salvation. Then it says, by the remission of their sins. Now that word remission means forgiveness. It means freedom and liberty. Because people are just, if they don't have the salvation of Jesus, they live in worry. They think they're not good enough. How am I going to make heaven? And they're trying to do all these good things, thinking that their good works will outweigh their bad. And we know that that's not what gets you to heaven. It's only belief in Jesus. And so it's just a freeing thing. You're telling them the good news. It's just freedom from sin. You don't have to worry anymore. You're free, that Jesus has forgiven them. And so it's a good news that we can give the people. And then in verse 78 it says, which the day spring from on high has visited us. Day spring there means morning sunlight. And it's speaking about Jesus, who's the light of the world. And in the next verse it says to give light to those who sit in darkness. So we're to reflect that light like the moon reflects the sun's light. We're to reflect the light of Jesus and show the love of Christ that we read about in the Gospels and how he acted. We're to act the same way towards the people. So they see that, we're different. We have Jesus in us and he makes us more like the sun. So we're to do that, to share the light of Jesus. And however you do that, whether it be through talking, through your actions, through your writings, the things you do. If you see money on the ground, you pick it up and you return it. You're honest, you're truthful even to your own hurt. So all of these things will show the light of Jesus in you. And that's what we're to reflect. And then in verse 79 it says to guide our feet in the way of peace. So again, we just show people the way. That's the common theme throughout the Gospels and how we're to evangelize, is to show people to Jesus, lead them to Jesus. It's not, when we say lead them to Jesus, it doesn't mean lead them in the sinner's prayer and you have to be the one that actually leads them to Jesus per se. But you just show them this is the way to Jesus, and let them decide on their own. Let them pray. Let them speak to the Lord, because it's between them and the Lord. And our job is just to tell them. Whether they listen or follow or not, that's their own business between them and God. Our job as evangelists is tell them the truth, show them the way to Jesus. And so that's the end of chapter 1. We'll continue on chapter 2 next time. Thank you.